the music of Danny Brown. You have this long time collaboration with him, 4 albums together. And I just am curious, first of all, for starters, how did the two of you meet?
When I was working on my 2011 album, like rapping with Paul White, so I just released instrumental music up until then. Obviously, really, you know, it'd been a dream to work with, you know, MCs and rappers, and my manager at the time, this guy Alex Chase, he had his foot well in like the hip hop world and Stone's Throw world, and so he just sent me people. I mean, I hadn't heard of Danny. He sent me like that Greatest Rapper Ever song off the Hybrid that he just put out. And I was just like, my manager was like, oh, do you fancy like working with this guy? We should get in touch. I was like, hell yeah, this guy's amazing. And we just clicked. I suppose we met at the right time. We were both similar-ish kind of places. You know, he hadn't like fully blown up yet. And then so I sent him a load of music. I tell you what, I would love to dig out some demos, because I sent him like, I can't remember, like hundreds or something. And then he sent back like a whole like mini album. I think it was like 12 songs or something, and I think like 3 of them, like 1 ended up on a mixtape and 3 ended up on XXX. But there's more, and I haven't listened to them in years. I need to like dig them out.
Yes. Next time we chat, we should dig through the crates of and the old tapes of would be incredible.
I think like the song Fields that we did off XXX, one of the first songs we ever did, he was like started talking about, or he was rapping about stuff that I was kind of thinking about whilst I was writing the song. And you know, you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. There's like some kind of telepathy, and we've had that a few times. And then it's just like clicked from the start, and it's just been like easy and natural ever since. I mean, he lets me do whatever I want. I just send him. He's got every single beat I've ever done, so he's got probably about just under like 2,000 like beats or something. So every album he just goes through and picks out some, and it's just this like really beautiful, easy like way of working. So yeah,
unbelievable. 2,000.
I think I did count once. I think it was like 1,600 or something like that.
Unreal. Well, you helmed like half of that record, and then most recently, I think four beats on You Know What I'm Saying. Now that album is really interesting to me. Is for sure one of the best records of last year, and was a surprise to hear that Q-Tip of A Tribe Called Quest executive produced that record. How did that change for you? You know, here you come off of Atrocity Exhibition, and you're doing the majority of the beats on that. You come to this record still very much collaborating with Danny, but you have one of the greatest luminaries in the history of the genre overseeing it. How did that shape what you did having Q-Tip on board?
In no way whatsoever, really. I mean, at the beginning, I mean, when I heard he was going to be involved, I was just like, oh, I'm out. You know, I was just like, oh, I'm gone. I was like,
that's what I'd be too.
You know, I was just like, oh, I'm done. You know, like, damn it, I'm not going to make this record. And then to find out I still did have beats on there, I was just like, wow, this is mega. I was like, it was just a dream. I was like, I can't believe I'm like sharing an album with like Q-Tip. It was just like insane. I mean, it was one of those ones to like call up all your friends about, you know. You'd be like, dude, you know, like
I called up friends.
You know, it's like all of years of listening to Tribe, you know, and then like that happening, it was a dream. It was like really special. Yeah, so I did all this stuff. I mean, I got to shout out Stephen from Warp Records, because he's an amazing guy. He was just like, Paul, go crazy. He was like, so it's like, we've got Tip as like the safe ground, you know. So he was like, you go nuts, and if anything's too crazy, Tip can like bring it down. And I was like, so I can just go proper crazy. You know, like I've got someone that's kind of gonna, you know, tell me if I'm going too far. So it was just awesome. I was just like, okay, you asked for it. And so I just like went crazy and just recorded loads and loads of ideas. And then it was like, oh wow, what's he gonna leave in? What's he gonna take out? I think there was one song where he took out like 2 parts, and that was it. So I was like so chuffed. I was like, oh, he just left everything how it was. So for me, that was like, oh wow, that's so cool.
You know what I'm saying? The album that Paul White got to go proper crazy.
Yeah, proper crazy.